Yeah, and look, and we have to be okay to say it's okay. This is
It
new,
is okay though, isn't
right?
it?
It's
It
new,
is.
different, but
Let's
it's
be honest, John. There are people who still live in huts around the world. There
yes,
are people who have one meal a day
yes,
around the world,
yes,
right?
right,
There are kids who are homeless. One of the highest percentage of homelessness is in the States right now. And that's sad to say, right?
right.
There was children who would go to school just to take a shower, get their education, then go back to sleep on the streets. There are a lot of people out there who are in worse situations than we are. And I'm not diminishing your situation.
No, right.
I'm not saying that your situation doesn't allow for any empathy by
Right.
any means. But what I am saying is, in the hunt, in the middle of the hunt, and chasing your greatness, don't forget to stop and appreciate what you have.
Yep.
You
Yep.
still have a roof over your head. You're still able to shop on Amazon, because I know you are.
How about it?
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yep.
You're able to do certain things independent of hanging out socially with your friends or going to the local social place, you know? Um, if you're getting checked regularly, like my girlfriend and I just got checked for COVID, got our results back, we're negative. We have
Good.
other friends who live down the street who did the same thing. Come on over. Let's sit down. Let's have a meal. We'll stay our distance. You can still socialize within a controlled environment. It's not over.
Right. And I think that the quicker that we get to the point where we accept the change, that it is not the same,
Fact.
the quicker that you get to it, the quicker
Yeah.
you'll be able to move forward in it, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You, again, you and I know each other, and I know that you've made, during this COVID pandemic season, a pivot, even in the way in which you were doing the work that you were doing. You had to face the reality of it's not the same. We're not all lunching and dinners and, meeting with people and having these business meetings the way that we did. Everything had to change. You were
Yeah.
connecting with people through Instagram Live every day, and it was awesome, right? Because you could just make the change.
Yeah.
And I think people need to start looking at these moments as opportunities, right? These are not shackles; they're opportunities.
Yeah.
To reinvent. So I want to make sure that I mention, right, for the sake of those that are unfamiliar, you are more than just, a one-dimensional figure. Obviously, people can hear that there's a motivation in your speech and your tone and your perspective. And so you've had the opportunity to kind of speak to large groups of people and kind of help them see life differently. You're an author, right? You do all kinds of stuff as an entrepreneur. It's exciting, right? These are all opportunities, and not everything works out.
Mm-hmm.
And that's okay.
That's
Right?
okay. That's okay. It's 100% okay that everything works out, because guess what? You're a star athlete, right? You grew up in a small town. You're the leader of your small town. You're the fastest in the small town. Track runner. You do point something in the 100-yard, but then you go to college with other small town kids who are the star in their town.
Yep.
And you get out on that field and you realize, oh crap, I'm not the star anymore. I'm surrounded by stars. Do you
Yep.
give up, or do you keep running? Do you give up, or do you keep running? You have to adjust, you have to adapt, and more importantly, you don't give up. You're going to try something. As an entrepreneur, I try all the time. When I stay within my vein and what feels comfortable for me, and I've been able to build a career to where I can say no, right? Because I have now garnered that opportunity. However, try, and if you fail, great. That's awesome. Because that means you shot for something that wasn't probably attainable. It seemed attainable at the time. You didn't get it. But what did you get? I don't care that you didn't get the goal. Pay attention to what you did get. Oh, I went left when I should have went right. I said yes to that meeting and I should have said no and waited. You start to learn things, because if you always got yeses, you wouldn't learn anything.
That's right. That's right.
We learn in our no's.
And so there's no reason to, again, deny what the reality is, even in the failures, because what they're going to produce in you is something greater next time.
My good friend, her name is Sarah Blakely. She started a company using her grandparents' $5,000 to create Spanx.
Yep.
She did an interview once in a magazine, and on her birthday about 4 or 5 years ago, I spoke to her about the interview because I read it. I was on a plane somewhere, and I said, I thought that was the best thing I've ever heard. And what she said in the interview was this, John. She said, my brother and I would come home from school, and our dad would ask, so tell me, kids, what did you fail at today?
Hmm.
Like, what? Yeah, what did you fail? Tell me what your failures were. And what do you mean? Well, I want to know what you tried to do that you didn't get right, because I want to encourage you to keep trying those things tomorrow. It wasn't, what'd you get an A on?
Right.
How well, everybody gets a trophy. It's like, where are the holes that you're trying to fill? How are you trying to get better? Are you attacking the things you're afraid of? That to me is huge.
Yeah. I mean, look, those are tomorrow's opportunities. This is where I need to focus my attention. It's right in these gaps.
Yep.
Totally get that. And it's true.
Yep.
Listen, I appreciate you. You know that. And
Thank
thank
you.
you for taking this time. Can you do us all a favor, though? And for everybody that's going to be watching and listening, what's coming up for you? What should we be mindful of and on the lookout for?
Well, right now I'm opening up Zoom calls like this. I'm doing through my social media, which is at Dolvett, both Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. And I'm asking anyone who's following me, if you're not, please follow. And I'm doing Zoom workouts. So 35-minute workouts on Zoom calls. I'm also doing one-on-one workouts and also self-development coaching. So I'm just staying busy helping people fall in love with their mind, body, spirit, emotion, and social circle. I'm helping them categorize those things and take care of those 5 points so they can actually be a star in their mind and in their life. I'm then taking movement pieces and helping people move and become active, and doing overall things like that. I'm finishing up a second book at the moment, which I'm very, very proud of, and developing a show right now. Obviously, I'm out here in California, so of course I'm developing a show. We're very close in closing that deal.
Awesome. Awesome. That's great to hear. Again, thank you, buddy. Love you. Appreciate you so much for spending this time with us today. And I'm sure we'll be talking, but again, thank you on behalf of the audience.
JB, you're the best. Thank you, brother.